How do you respond when you experience a difficult emotion or situation? What do you do first? Are you looking at the situation and trying to understand what happened? Are you trying to figure out how to make it go away so you can start feeling better? What do you do if there is nothing you can do about the situation itself? Do you ruminate? Apply coping techniques? Go for a snack, a drink, or maybe go for a run or take a hot bath? If you started practicing what I described in the previous two videos, intentional presence and resting with your experience, you're probably becoming aware of countless moments of emotional activation throughout the day, even moments of feeling overwhelmed and lost. Your coworker tells you something and you feel annoyed. Your kids don't do what you ask and you feel angry. Your partner tells you something and you feel sad or hurt. Maybe you get a new task at work and you don't know how to approach it and you feel confused and overwhelmed. How do you respond in those situations? Do you play out your habitual reactivity? Do you try to suppress your emotions? Do you know how to respond to your inner experience so that the same situation triggers you less the next time it happens? Do you know how to respond in such a way that you slowly become less reactive and more grounded? In this video, we'll discuss another important aspect of integrating awareness practice into your daily life. We're going to talk about a skillful response to difficult emotions. Here is how it works. When you experience difficult emotions or realize you're lost in negative thinking, instead of playing out your habitual reactive pattern, pause, feel your body, and experience your thoughts and emotions. If possible, do that with kindness and curiosity. Then investigate what's going on within you that's making you feel that way. The response I'm offering you is to open up, feel, and become curious about what's going on, rather than habitually closing down, becoming defensive, or trying to push the emotions away. I won't be able to cover everything that's required to master this process in just one video, but I want to share with you one practice that became a turning point for me in my relationship with difficulties. Every time I feel a difficult emotion, every time I feel like I'm triggered or I'm emotionally reactive, instead of blaming the situation or somebody else, I investigate how I feel until I can say the following statement: I feel the way I do because I feel the way I do because I. Not because them, not because this, because I. Instead of feeling like a victim of my life situation, I investigate my experience and use it as an opportunity to gain a deeper understanding of my own conditioning. I investigate my experience with the help of a question. What makes me feel the way I do? What makes me feel the way I do? And then I look within for answers. Let me give you two examples of how to do this practice. Let's start with a more simple one. Someone cuts me off on the road, and my first response is an outburst of anger and frustration. The first thing I do when I regain awareness is I experience the sensations of anger in the body, just for a few moments. And then I ask myself, what about this situation brought up anger? After I ask this question, I feel the body and listen for the answer experientially, using all my senses. The answer to a question like this doesn't always come in the form of a thought. Sometimes it starts with an emotion or a body sensation. Asking the question invites the body and mind to bring into conscious awareness the layers of subconscious processes that trigger the outburst of anger. As I rest with the sensations in my body, my thoughts and emotions, I start experiencing fear. I recognize that underneath my anger there is fear. I see how anger was a defense response because I got scared. I feel the fear and then I ask again, what about this situation brought up fear? I experience the sensations of fear in the body and I start feeling my fear of death. My mind says, it was really scary. We could get hurt. They will eventually kill someone if they continue driving like this. I stay with the feeling for a little longer and then continue driving down the road. So in this case, I can say that I felt anger because I got scared, and I felt fear because I thought that I might get really hurt. Do you see what's not part of these statements? The driver that cut me off. I wasn't angry at them because they cut me off. I was angry because subconsciously I didn't want to feel fear. This investigation helps my mind recognize that it doesn't need to add anger, blame, and rumination on top of fear to defend myself. These reactions only create more discomfort than just feeling the fear and moving on. I'm also not trying to change how I feel. This is a simple exercise of curiosity and awareness. As you become aware of the deeper layers of your conditioning, your mind naturally begins to let go of patterns that are not helpful. Trying to get rid of your patterns only creates tension and anxiety, so don't fall into that trap. When you feel the emotions in your body, please experience them together with the sensations of your body breathing. Sensations of anger and breath, sensations of fear and breath. If you experience emotions without including the sensations of breathing, your attention might intensify them and lead to more reactivity. They will start growing instead of slowly being processed. So please remember to include the sensations of breathing as you explore your inner world. In any case, if emotions start feeling like a little too much, it's helpful to take a break and redirect your attention to something nourishing. You can take a couple deep breaths, feel your feet, or maybe go for a walk and rest your awareness with the sound of the birds, smell of fresh leaves, or the sensations of your body as it walks. We're slowly building our capacity to feel the difficult emotions. Please don't try to jump in the deep end right away. I hope this example was clear. Here is another short and very common example. It's evening, you're bathing your kids or watching a movie, but you feel anxious. You're thinking about an important presentation or meeting that is coming up tomorrow. I hope they like it. I hope I don't say anything funny. Or maybe your mind is running through different scenarios and questions that might come up for the 15th time today. In those moments, you can ask yourself, what about tomorrow's meeting bringing up so much worry? Just like in the previous example, after asking the question, simply rest with the sensations of your body, thoughts, and emotions. Maybe you'll start experiencing doubt in your abilities. Maybe your mind says, I don't think I'm prepared enough. Maybe a situation from the past comes up in your imagination, showing how someone laughed at you in school when you were presenting. Then again, you can ask yourself, what about this situation makes me doubt myself? And again, rest with your experience. And maybe the mind says, I don't trust myself. I don't trust I can do a good job. And again, you feel it in the body and ask the question, what makes me not trust myself? This investigation will reveal what you truly need to work through internally. This is a process of uncovering your subconscious thinking patterns and triggers. What you discover may be an outdated belief that is no longer true, or maybe a bigger challenge that requires therapy. It's rarely just the situation itself that triggers us. In most cases, it's some kind of belief, conditioning, or trauma from the past that is playing out in the present. We blame others so much for our difficult emotions, but in reality, how we feel rarely has anything to do with other people and almost always has something to do with our interpretation of the situation and our habitual reactions. When I do these kind of investigations, I discover all sorts of underlying beliefs and patterns. I get upset with my partner, and after investigating my emotions, I realize that it's not because of what they said, but because of I want to connect with them right now, and they're not available. I feel anxious about doing my taxes, and when I look deeply, I realize that I'm actually just afraid to make a mistake. It triggers my fear of being not okay. The situations themselves are just situations. It's my interpretation and reaction to them that makes them feel difficult for me. Seeing clearly what's going on also makes it easier to find the right methods to support yourself. Sometimes it might be rest, sometimes therapy, and sometimes it becomes clear that something in your life needs to change. This practice isn't easy, but if you look carefully, you'll realize that getting stuck in reactivity and blaming others is way worse. The worst part about it is feeling like a victim. It's like giving away the keys to your well-being. When you need the other person to change or your life situation to change to feel better, you're stuck. We can barely train our own minds. Do you think you can change others quickly? Blaming others and trying to change them doesn't offer any path to reliable ease. Working with your own mind, becoming more grounded and aware, leads to ease that's independent of your life situation. Instead of being a leaf in the wind of change, you become like a bamboo, strong, deeply rooted, and flexible. Please don't waste the difficulties in your life. Use them as an opportunity to learn something new about your mind, your conditioning, or your needs. Use it to bring a part of your subconsciousness into your conscious awareness. That's the beginning of true transformation towards reliable ease. Let's finish this video by summarizing the tools I've offered you in the videos on integrating awareness and meditation into your daily life. You start by cultivating an intention to stay present throughout the day. Then you learn to rest with your experience, which will eventually uncover your effortless awareness. And finally, what we discussed in this video, practice feeling difficult experiences deeply and investigate what about them is activating for you. As you investigate your experience, eventually you realize, I feel like this because I feel like this because I, not them. The 3 videos in this series provide a very short summary of a rich and lifelong practice. I hope that you're starting to see that integrating awareness practice into your daily life is not an impossible goal. It's just a matter of time and practice. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in one of our classes and retreats, and please don't hesitate to reach out and schedule one-on-one practice discussion with me. I would love to support you on this journey and help you explore these practices more deeply. In the meantime, may you be well. Thank you for watching.